A few weeks back, somebody I've known for over 4 years sent me a message expressing regret for starting to build his house. And that message got me quite emotional. And then a whole lot of details in the conversation. And it triggered me to want to do this video because it was not the first time that I was receiving such a message or having such a conversation privately with people who had reached out considering the kind of videos that we put out. And I thought that it was very important that we have this conversation. It is a hard conversation to have, but it's important that we have it. And that is what you are going to get in this particular video. If you're someone who doesn't care about anything related to sustainable wealth, financial independence, you want to work forever, you want to just do whatever you like, spend your money the way you like, this particular video is not for you at all. Because honestly, this is going to be one of the most important videos I'll be doing right here on this YouTube channel, particularly for my investors out there who are looking to build wealth, build sustainable wealth to real estate, who don't want to work forever, who want to be able to enjoy their life and leverage on the power and what real estate is able to give to them or can give to them. So if you're not that person, this particular video is not for you, because I don't want people arguing in my comment session. But if you're that person who is really interested and you're long-term minded and you're thinking, you're building, then this particular video is for you. The caption of this particular video is very sensitive, but if you watch to the end, you understand why it may not be the best financial decision to build a dream home in your 20s, 30s, early 40s, of course, depending on who you are. So I hope that you watch the video to the very end. My name is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lawyer who loves real estate, or if you like, the real estate entrepreneur who uses law and real estate as a tool in building wealth for myself and my client. So it's almost a month now that this man sent me a message, and the message, he greeted me, and then first thing he said was, "I need your help." And in my mind, I'm like, okay, we've not chatted in a while. And he told me how he had watched my videos, been watching my videos online, and also reading a lot of books. And from the books that he has read, he has figured that he made a mistake. He further mentioned that he has been working very hard all along, and I can attest to that. He's good. In fact, if I mention the kind of business that he does and how good he is at it, you understand what I'm talking about. And indeed, he has been working very hard, and I never knew that all along he had been building a house. And right now he's stuck. And he realizes that that was a mistake. And right now, in his word, he's suffering to build the house. That was the word that he used. He further added that based on his understanding, now if he had known, he wouldn't have started building the house, and that he would have been buying lands, and maybe that would have helped him to be able to build the house comfortably. And I'm glad that he came to that realization. One thing I've realized over the years is that a lot of us don't take advices. That's just the truth. A lot of us don't. A lot of us just want to do our thing. And perhaps if I had done a video or talked to him years back when he was building the house, maybe he wouldn't have listened. And it's okay that there's realization now, and I hope it's not too late. And this is the reality of a whole lot of persons. And permit me, it's safe to add our parents, some of our parents as well. And you see that they start life, start making money. I checked statistics while writing one of my books. Okay, let me mention that at this point, right? So I have a new book and a couple of others coming up. And so you can order a copy if you're a realtor, or if you sell anything, you can order a copy of these. And then, of course, I have the Understanding Real Estate Laws, which will also be out in a couple of days. All right. You can make orders on my website, raymondejoma.com. Now, in the book I referenced, while doing research, I realized that the earning of the average Nigerian is about 4 million, and this is backed up by data, about 4 million annually. And the question is, assuming that is your earning, or you fall into the category that you just get bulk money, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million. And right now, you and I know that you can't build that dream home, that big house, that mansion, that house of your dream, or maybe that house where you can call your home right now. You may not be able to build it with 10 million. You may not be able to build it with 20 million, but then you start it. So whether the money came to you as a savings over the years, or it came to you based on a contract or one nice deal, automatically you tie down that fund, you tie down that capital, you tie down that money that could have pushed you, that could have been a spring point or a point to push you into more earning, or move into the realm where you are able to earn more, increase your earning capacity. And professionally speaking, as someone who is leading a firm that is into construction, I make bold to say that some of these guys or some of these people, what they do is that in building that dream home, the homes or the houses are not sellable, because you may have done one or two things that are personal to you, and by the time you've built it to a lintel level, maybe at DPC, or you succeeded in getting it to the last floor, at that point you can't continue, you're not expecting money, and then you just have what is there as an uncompleted building. So yes, somebody may argue that it's also a house, you can sell it and all of that, but the question is, if there's no willing buyer, then there's a problem. If the willing buyer doesn't see the value from your perspective, then the value will not be appreciated, and then the pricing is going to be low. The other important part of the question is location. Where did you build the house? Unfortunately, a lot of these persons also go to their villages to build the house, and largely it is a matter of show off, right? It's a matter of competing. In fact, this is my opinion, right? Most of the people who do this, they do this for show off. They do this emotionally. They do this to compete emotionally. In fact, as I speak to you right now, my mom has called me more than 5 times to come and build a house in the village or buy a land in the village. And that is absolutely okay. And I can fall, or I can choose to do that just to also let them know back in the village that the guy is doing well in Abuja, right? So a lot of persons who do this emotionally. And this is not me saying you shouldn't build a house in your village. You should absolutely build a house in your village. In fact, building a house is an achievement. Owning your own house is an achievement. Nobody should take that away from you. If you live in your house, congratulations. If you don't live in your own house, congratulations as well. But the point is, whatever you consider an achievement is an achievement. Don't let anybody take that away from you. And even if you are living in your house right now listening to me, it is still an achievement. This is just a matter of perspective and personal goals. So back to the point where I was talking about the reason why a lot of persons do this. And the other point is on pattern. Some persons say, oh, my father built his house in his 20s. My mom or my parents live in their own houses, or I grew up to live in our own house and all of that. So I must build mine as well for my children, right? So it's for some persons, it's a matter of pattern, background, family history, and all of that. And of course, I've mentioned competition. Don't build a home because everybody is building a home or building their dream home. So let me give you a practical example. And this is not to say that one person is a standard for any other person or for everybody. Nobody is a standard. Anybody who serves as a standard to you is based on your personal preferences, choices, as well as perspective. All right, but here's the practical example. So one of my bosses, when I say this man is rich, he's very rich. This man is safely over 100 billion in assets, and this is not capping, right? But guess what? He's currently approaching his 40s, but still lives in a rented apartment. The question now is, what do you think? Why do you think he's doing that? And honestly, one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to do that personally, or start building a dream home, is because taste is going to change, right? The wealthier you get, the higher your taste. Yesterday I was in the house of doing a transaction, doing a deal, and the man built a house so many years ago. Very big house, very nice house. As a dream home, of course, and right now he has converted it to his office while he builds a bigger house. But the difference would be that he's not at a regretting phase, because this man had been rich for so long. In fact, his wealth is from real estate. We met for the very first time yesterday, and I literally was calling him an estate merchant. He's the one who sells to developers. Right there on his listing on the wall, I could see over 100 billion naira worth of properties that were available for sale for estate development. So that kind of person already tells you that he didn't build a house at the time because he wanted to build a house or just wanted to build a house. He had the money. Right. So the summary of this entire conversation is, I think it is my opinion, and this is not the financial advice. This is for educational purposes, and you can do with it whatever you wish. But it is my opinion that it's quite early in your 20s, 30s, or maybe when you're approaching 40s to begin to build your dream home. I think that is a phase where everyone who is financially literate, everyone who understands finance investment to begin to build assets instead of building dream homes. If you truly desire to ever get into the realm of financial independence, sustainable wealth, then in your early age of making money and working hard, you should be interested in building assets that will grow you instead of building houses for show up. In other words, build for grow up, not building for show off. So if you desire to do that, focus on buying assets, buy lands, short-term land banking, long-term land banking. Secondly, buy houses for capital appreciation and income growth. Growth in purchasing power. Because by the time you invest in off-plan projects, you position yourself for capital appreciation. And when the house is delivered to you, you enter the realm of cash flow. That is a way to build your income instead of lumping your money or shutting your money down into what may not be growing depending on the location. Focus on building and buying houses in locations, off-plan houses, in locations that will grow, give you the right capital appreciation, give you the right cash flow. And then as you keep growing at that level, you multiply, you diversify, and definitely you will enter the realm where it won't take you 10 years to build your dream home. You'd rather be able to build your house or build your dream home in 1 year or even less. I think that is the right way. That is a better way to move. My name is Raymond Ijama, and I am the lawyer who loves real estate. I feel like the real estate entrepreneur who uses law and real estate as a tool in building wealth for myself and my clients. And if you're ready and interested in building income generating assets that will build you real wealth for you to earn or enter the realm of sustainable wealth and financial independence, then Fortreal got you absolutely covered. We have lands both for short-term land banking, long-term land banking, as well as off-plan projects that you can key in for capital appreciation and eventually cash flow. Do subscribe to this channel and share this particular video to as many people as possible.